Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Elyse DeLucci Show, episode 104. How are you doing? I missed you. We didn't talk last week. I was away on vacation, so let's just get right into it. I got a lot to say today. Did you know, fact of the day, The Simpsons, the founder of The Simpsons, Matt Groening, the creator, I should say, of The Simpsons, he made The Simpsons yellow because back in the day when everybody only had 3 channels or whatever on their regular linear television, he wanted people to stop in their tracks when they were scrolling through the channels. So that's why he made them yellow. He felt like if he made them any other color, it would have blended in TV land and people wouldn't have captured people's attentions. Isn't that funny? I never knew that. I always wondered why the Simpsons were yellow. I just thought they were like, Martians or something, and Lisa Simpson with the spiky hair and then Marge with the ever so fabulous bright blue beehive. But I never knew why they were yellow. And that is why the Simpsons are absolutely dandelion, bright crayon, sunshine yellow. So people can pay attention when they're flipping through the channels. So we learn something new every day. Not all the facts have to be something prolific. They could be fun, right? I'm in my robe. If you are watching on YouTube as per usual, what's the point? What's the point of getting dressed right now? I've been doing the episodes in my robe the last few, and I like it because I like having the robes. Today I'm wearing a very lightweight leopard robe. I got it from TJ a while ago. Max. I love Max. I wish they would open more of them all around, but God forbid, because rent is so damn expensive in the city. Anyway, got the sip of coffee in. Okay. I went on vacation. Finally, I went to the Caribbean. I went to Antigua. I had a great time. It was relaxing. All I didn't even leave the resort. All I did was I went to the beach and I went to the pool. And that's exactly what I was looking for. It was my first vacation, my first proper vacation, I should say, quoting my young children. You proper vacation, mommy. It was my first proper vacation in over, 4 years. I mean, I've been to Florida to my mother's house. She has a place in Naples. I've been to Montauk and, maybe the Jersey Shore for a night or two. But this was my first proper vacation. Here's the thing. I don't know if I would go back. I know how I'm not trying to complain about a beautiful vacation that I just really enjoyed myself. My boyfriend and I, we had a great time, but okay. I haven't really traveled to an island in quite some time. And I was just so excited to book. And I've been to a lot of places already. So Antigua came up. The price was right, because one of the girls that listens to the show gave me some recommendations. She told me, a bunch of you wrote to me and gave me recommendations when I said I was going away. And one of the girls said, try Zoetry in Punta Cana. She said she went with her girlfriends. They had a great time. She gave me a couple other places. Someone else said, if you want the beautiful beaches, Turks and Caicos, obviously amazing. They said if you want something affordable, Club Med, it's all inclusive. It's 3-star, but it's all inclusive, and you can't beat the beaches. If all you want to do is have something decent to eat and sit on the beach, go to Club Med in Turks. And I didn't do it. I went to Antigua. I read, I flipped TripAdvisor upside down, and I'm sure you guys use TripAdvisor, but the thing is with TripAdvisor, the reviews are really good. They're really genuine reviews on TripAdvisor. They are. I actually interviewed there 1,000 years ago. And that was one of their biggest thing, TripAdvisor. They wanted to have very pure reviews. They're not super gamified like some of the other review sites, the sites that have reviews. They're not. They don't cherry pick just the best ones. The thing about TripAdvisor, though, is that these are serious travelers, global nomads. These people, they're backpacking through the world. Been there, done that when I lived in Italy when I was like 19 and 20, exhausting. But no, they're like real global nomads. Some of the people on TripAdvisor tend to be a little bit, don't know, what's the word, granola-y? And look, no offense if you're sitting there in your Birkenstocks and you haven't showered for 10,000 years. And no, I'm not trying to offend you people because I actually just bought Birkenstocks, as you know, from the last episode. But, well, I've had them for years, and I bought a couple new pairs because they're incredible. But the TripAdvisor reviews can be a little bit granola. You're not exactly getting people that go to, Richard Branson's Necker Island on there, and they're saying we're spending millions and bazillions of dollars and whatever. You get real travelers, so you have to keep that with a grain of salt. If you're looking for something luxurious and beachfront, and you want to be weighted hand and foot. I stayed at a resort called Coco Bay in Antigua, and my boyfriend, of course, paranoid like everybody in my Italian web of people. He's like, "Don't go on the podcast and tell the name of the resort, Elyse. Don't do it. Don't do it." And it's like, why? Why shouldn't I? There's nothing wrong. We had a great time. The beaches were beautiful. The only thing I will say, the only thing is it was all inclusive. And it was nice. It was only one restaurant. The portions were a little small, and it's all you can ask for another. You can ask for like a second, but like, what kind of a gavona I'm going to be? I'm going to sit down. I'm going to finish, the salad that they served at lunch, and then I'm going to be like, hit me with another one. I mean, like, come on, like I'm embarrassed to do that. I mean, even on vacation, even in front of him, like I don't give a shit what happens in front of him. But I don't know, and you always want to be sensitive when you're traveling. It's not like you could show up at lunch and be like, "Oh, I'm starving," because you served like, a half an egg at breakfast. I'm starving for lunch, because you're in a country that relies on tourism, and they don't have tons of money like the United States does. The Antigua doesn't have a lot of money like the United States does. So isn't it a bit insensitive to sit down at lunch and say you're starving when who knows who's working there? They could know starving people, starving, i.e. haven't had a meal in a week. But I mean, these are the kind of things that go through my mind. The anxiety is crippling. But the portions weren't big. The salads, it was very nicely presented. Excuse me. Nicely presented. They tried to be almost like a little too fancy. It's like just throw it in a freaking regular bowl, fill it up to the top, make it good, and I'm happy to eat it. I don't need the white bowl with the curve and it comes up and it swerves around and you're putting 4 romaine leaves in and you're sprinkling 4 raisins. I just want to eat a decent amount. So that was the first thing. The second thing is that it's not a private beach. It's not a private beach there. And I didn't really think, again, anything of that. I've been, as we all go to public beaches. Hello, Jersey Shore, Long Island, everywhere. Come on. But it wasn't a public beach. And they had vendors selling their wares, their souvenirs, and they were very aggressive vendors. It was a little too much. And I don't usually say that. I love a deal. I love to shop. I of course I wanted to bring home something for the girls, but right where the chairs were on the beach, the resort has their chairs on the beach, was tables of vendors set up right behind the chairs, like 10 feet away. And the vendors are seeing every single thing you're doing. They are hearing things you're saying. And it just made me a little uncomfortable. Yes, you could have gone. I'm like wiping my nose. And if you're watching, I apologize. I don't know. Anyway, I'm fine. But if yes, you could have gone like 50 feet away. What the hell is that noise? 50 feet away. And there were no vendors right behind the beach chairs, but you kind of want to be close to the resort. If you got to use the bathroom or you want to, run back to the room or something. So I didn't like that. I didn't like the vendor setup. I was talking, Chris and I were talking about little things here and there. And he's, maybe we'll go on a boat ride. We'll do this, and then you hear, well, I have a boat. I could take you around. And it's like, are you listening to every goddamn word I'm saying? Uncomfortable. I was reading a book, which I'll tell you about in a second. And one of the guys selling seashells behind me comes over to me and he says, "Oh, I see you reading the girly book. I see you like the girly books." And I'm thinking to myself, like, please, like, with all due respect, I love to talk to everybody. Hello, I'm a comedian, but I'm practically naked here on the beach. All of my claw marks from my kids, my childbirth, are exposed. I haven't seen the sun in a million years. And all I want to do is read a goddamn book. I don't need commentary on what kind of book I'm reading. So yeah, it was too much. It was too much. The other thing is I really do appreciate beachside service, like good beach service. Like, because, when I'm taking the kids down to Jersey Shore, if I'm taking them North Fork or Long Island, nobody's showing up at my chair. Nobody's showing up at my Tommy Bahama chair with the pina colada, and a shrimp taco wrap or something. No. So when I'm on vacation, that's really what I want. And they didn't really have that. They had drink service. It was like a drink every 5 hours. Come on. I need to be pounding the drinks. You know what I'm saying? So I did though. Ask friends when I got home. I was like, come on, isn't there anything else? And so this is what they said. Hyatt Ziv, Cap Cana in Punta Cana. It's a family place, but they have another one, a Hyatt Ziv. They have I think a Hyatt Zilara, which is adults only, but Hyatt Ziv, apparently the price is right. The food's apparently delicious. They have multiple restaurants. The beach is beautiful. I've been to Punta Cana before. I've stayed at Paradisus when it first opened, though, so I don't know what it's like now. But apparently, Hyatt Ziv Cap Cana. Look up the reviews. The flights to Punta, at least from New York, are cheap, and from New Jersey are cheap, and it's supposed to be great. I really want to go to Turks. So I haven't been to Turks. I want to go to Turks. It's just so expensive. I have a friend that went to Turks and Caicos, stayed at Grace Bay. It wasn't all inclusive. The hotel, she found affordable. I don't know what the price is. I can't remember. But they went to get burgers, her and her family. She has a few kids. They went to get burgers one day for lunch, and the burgers were literally $45. I mean, that to me is a waste of money. That's unaffordable. I don't like all inclusives because we all know you can't control the portion size. I just experienced. We never know how the food's going to be. But when you have kids or when you don't want to think about money, it's just so much easier, My girlfriend Denise, she went to Sandals, Grenada for her honeymoon. She loved it. They had like 12 restaurants there. The thing about Sandals, I hear, is that you got to put on a bow tie to go have dinner. That's why I haven't stayed at Sandals. I know people say Sandals is cheesy. Yeah, I know it's cheesy. And no, I don't want to walk out of my hotel room and have, a butler being like, hey, you going to join us for couples volleyball today? No, I have no interest in that whatsoever. But I don't want to be dressed up. I just want to show the hell up. Anyway, that's that. But I had a great time regardless of that. I had a great time. Cocoa Bay was the place. The other places that other people are at the resort were telling me that were nice. Jumbie Bay. Oh God. Jumbie Bay in Antigua. It's like 20 grand a night. Can you imagine? Jumbie Bay. It's a private island in Antigua. The other one, what was it? What was it? The Carlisle or the Carl something in Antigua, people said was really, really good. And then Hermitage Bay, which I had looked at too, but was a little bit pricey for what I wanted to spend. Hermitage Bay in Antigua is also supposed to be really nice. So here's the thing. Beautiful island. Go visit if you want, if you haven't been. I probably wouldn't leave the resort. I didn't find a need to. Now listen to this. Craziest shit. You're going to die. So I decided that while I'm on vacation, I'm going to read a book, a regular book, because I haven't read just a storybook in a very long time. A friend of a friend recommended that I read this book called Lucky Me. And it's by an author, Sachi Parker. Cute little book cover, picture of a mom and a girl, little strand of pearls on the head. I ordered it on Amazon, not thinking anything of it a few months ago, whatever. I actually bought it used because used it was like $4. I know. I'm sorry, Sach. I'm sorry to the author, Sachi, who I wound up becoming to know. Crazy chain of events here. You're going to die. I bought the book used. It was like a couple dollars. It's at excellent condition. And then I don't know, the regular price was like $17. What's the point? What's the point? I'm going to read it. And then when I'm done, I'm going to put it downstairs in my community bookshelf, in the basement that we have in the apartment and call it. And somebody else will have a new book. Fine. So And who knows if I was going to like it? Why should I pay full price? I might read 3 pages and say, oh, the hell with this garbage and whatever. No, it's not like it's a book about Barbara, Eliza, Judy. It's not. So I buy the book, take it on vacation. I'm like, I'm going to read it. As I'm on the plane, I'm reading the story, like I'm reading about what the book is actually about because I didn't know. I just saw it got good reviews. And Sachi Parker is Shirley MacLaine's daughter. And the book is all about Sachi Parker's life. It's a true story. It's her story. It's all about her life with Shirley MacLaine as her mother and her uncle, Warren Beatty, and her father, Steve Parker, who was like some wheeler dealer finance guy. And also, though, in show business a little bit, like on the perimeter, he produced some stuff, whatever. And apparently, Shirley MacLaine is this crazy narcissist, and she didn't treat her daughter so nice. And this is the story about, whatever, the daughter's life. Now, how I even came to this book was because, I think I came to it, not because it just randomly. I think it was because, I'm watching Downton Abbey, Shirley MacLaine's in the show, and I probably at, 3 a.m. was Amazoning, and I found, some connection to the book, but I forgot all about it, right? That's that. Also, the story of the mother being a narcissist and all that, the mother being all about herself, it appeals to me for private reasons. And, and maybe like kind of ignoring the daughter appeals to me. I'm not going to say anymore. Mom, don't disown me. It wouldn't be in the best interest of anybody, but you know what I'm saying. So you're going to die. I read the book. It's fabulous. I can't put it down. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that Shirley MacLaine, the woman we all know and love, famous actress, little bit of a kook, she's all like believes in aliens and all this kind of shit, adorable, such a force to be reckoned with in Hollywood, such a presence. The second you hear her name, you know immediately what she thinks of, immediate roles that she plays. I can't possibly believe that she was such a horrible mother and she sent her daughter at 2 years old, unchaperoned, all the way to Japan to go live with the father, because that's what happened. And the girl was just, this poor little 2-year-old girl was living in Japan until she was like 18 years old. And then all the trials and tribulations, and how Shirley MacLaine didn't want to help her. But again, you have to take this with a grain of salt, because this story is from the daughter, and there's always multiple sides to the truth. But I couldn't put the book down. I was fascinated. I get home from the trip, okay, my vacation. I have color. Maybe not now if you're watching, but to me, this is color. Why didn't I get the Italian melatonin gene where I got tan after sitting? I just read this fabulous book. I get an email from my friend, Bobby Funaro, who played Eugene Pontecorvo in The Sopranos. Most brilliant, amazing actor. He's my dear friend. We love each other, and he is one of my allies in the business. He tries to help me, bring me up, bring me opportunities. He is in my corner, and I love him. I love him dearly. I loved him before I knew him because I loved his work. And then the fact that he became a fan of mine and is like, I want to help you. This business is so hard. I want to help you make it. Oh my God, my heart goes out to him. And if anybody wants to become his fan because of that, you should, because there are still all good people in this world. So he emails me and says, DeLucci, I got a great opportunity for you. Queens College or CUNY, New York, one of the schools, I think it's Queens College, has an Italian-American department. And there was this play, and it was written in Italian, and they translated it into English. And I have a script, and I want to send it to you. Do me a favor, read the script over. I want to give you one of the roles in the script. And we're going to they want to record the play with actors, professional actors. They want us to record the play, and it's going to go in the archives at Queens College. So if anybody wants to, I don't know, hear a play on book on tape kind of thing. And this is the one that they want to, this is the play. This happens to be the play, said play that they want to listen to. I will be on the recording. Very cool opportunity. Who's going to listen to it? I don't know. Maybe people, but Bobby Funaro of The Sopranos, and you're going to die. Guess who plays his mother in the play? Sachi Parker. Can you imagine? I just read her book. So wait, I get home from vacation, right? I do all my things. I'm back to work. I'm, and then that night, that evening, I have to go out and I have to do the first reading of the play with the cast, right? That first night. And who do you think is there? Sachi Parker, Shirley MacLaine's daughter. I play the lead in the play. Oh my God, Bobby, you're so sweet for getting me late. I can't even. I play the lead. Her name is Clara. And I play Bobby's wife. And he plays my husband, a character named Plinio. And Shirley MacLaine's daughter, Sachi Parker, plays Plinio's mother. So she's my mother-in-law. Can you imagine how weird that is? First of all, you know how weird it was sitting around? We were at, where did we read this? Where did we do the reading? At the Calandra Institute, which is an Italian-American institute. Like, it's like a cultural center. I think they support the schools or whatever. It's in the West 40s. And we, and it was, just brochures. I don't know if just people go there, but they I guess, I don't know. I don't even know what really they do at this Calandra Institute. All I know is I walk in, there's Italian flags. Oh, look, my alarm's going off. Why? I have no idea. But I walk in, there's Italian flags and pamphlets for Italian-American things going on in Manhattan. Fine. So I walk in and, and I sit down in the room, and there's the big square table. And of course, Bobby, you gotta love Bobby. Italians. This is why I love us. This is why I love our people. We are there. 5, 6 actors, comedians. We are there. I'm obviously not an actor. Well, although my boyfriend's like, stop saying you're not an actor. You're a great actor. I'm like, all right, fine. So all of us actors, there was a couple other comics there too. And we walk in. We're there to work, to read the script, to work it out together. And one of the fellow castmates walks in with some coffee for the rest of us because we don't do anything without a little nosh. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love about our people. He's just the best. So anyway, I couldn't believe that for the 3 hours that I'm there, whatever it was, I'm sitting across from Sachi. Sach, good old Sach. I just read your life story. Can you imagine? I mean, if she hears this, I'm going to be so embarrassed. So I didn't say anything to her. And my boyfriend, he's texting me, did you talk to her? Did you tell her? Did you tell her? I'm like, no, I'm not going to tell her. Wait, I'm going to say, oh, by the way, I know all your private business because I just read it on a beach. And he's like, Elyse, it doesn't matter that you know her private business and the biggest thing in the whole entire world. And I said, you're right. I'll try to tell her. So anyway, after we finished the play, blah, blah, blah. That wasn't the final reading. The final reading is coming up. I think maybe over this weekend. Check my schedule, but it's the radio read. The archive's great. And I'll share it with you, by the way, because the story is actually kind of cute. It has some pandemic relevancy. It was written by a girl. I think it was a girl, Gabrielle. Maybe it was a guy, Gabriele in Italy. But anyway, we wrap up the reading. I'm on the street. I'm about to wait. I'm waiting for the bus to go home. And I see Sachi in the corner of my eye at the corner. And I go over to her. I was like, oh, Sachi, hi. I was like, oh, hi, I'm Elyse DeLucci. And she's like, of course I know who you are. She's like, I just sat across from you for 3 hours. And I was like, you're never going to believe this. And I told her the story and she couldn't believe that she just couldn't believe. So we made tentative plans to get together, have lunch. And I'm so excited. She's amazing. She's, I think she's I think she's 60 in her early 60s. She's such a good actress. Such a good actress. You know what? For people that say, oh, talent, you got the gene, you don't have the gene, oh, you got to really work at it. I don't know how much training Sachi had. All I know is that the words on the script came alive in such a powerful way when this woman spoke. The emotions, the range that she was giving in her lines, it was so inspiring that, you know what, I do have to share the play when it comes out so you guys can listen to it because it's cool. And by the way, when does anybody ever listen to plays on tape or plays on the radio? I feel like the last time I heard about that was I don't know, before like television, and all the families would gather around and listen to the radio. So, speaking of plays, Funny Girl on Broadway. Have you seen it yet? I saw it in the previews. I just read it on showbiz411.com. Not plugging that website. I just thought it was such a great name for a website. It came up on my phone the other day. Beanie freaking Feldman, what the hell are you doing, Beanie? Everybody's rooting for you. Everybody wants you to be a successful Fanny Bryce above a replacement on Broadway. And the article, they said the article couldn't have summed it up perfectly myself. It said, we want Beanie to succeed. We want her to be Funny Girl. We want her to be Fanny. We want her to be to launch, be the launch pad for her giant career, right? You chubby, funny Jewish girl, we love you, right? That was basically it. Do us this mitzvah. And then it went to talk about that she's been missing performances. What the hell are you doing, Beanie Feldman? They said she took off a few matinees the weekend after the show debuted. So the weekend after opening weekend, she took off. And then recently, she took off for a whole weekend to go to a wedding. A wedding. Let me tell you something, everybody, about show business. The business of show means you have to be there. Oh my God, what a big, huge opportunity. That's the thing that people don't understand really about this business. And it's hard is that we are giving up our free time to entertain, and I'm not comparing myself to Beanie, but in some ways I am. People don't understand. Some people in my life, they don't understand why I'm not able to go to the communion or the christening, or I'm not able to go to the wedding. I have an upcoming wedding. My cousin, not really my cousin, like my mom's best friend. That's my cousin. Everybody, you know how we do it. I can't go. I can't go, not because I don't want to. It's because I'm working. And I'm not working like I'm touring. I'm not Sebastian touring. I should be so lucky. Keep putting this out there in the world. Is it ever going to happen, God? But it's like, I should be so lucky. But no, but I'm doing my little shows around the city because that's what it takes. That's what we have to do if you want to get good. But when you get that big break, when you get a break, any break, you have to go with it with the biggest gusto. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that Beanie isn't showing up makes me just so upset. And what do you think happened? You fall asleep at the wheel for 1 second and somebody else, bam, comes and goes, just takes your place. Julie Benko. Julie Benko is the understudy for Fanny Bryce in Funny Girl right now on Broadway. Julie Benko is Beanie's understudy. And when Beanie hasn't been able to make it, Julie shows up. Of course you do, Julie. This is your time to shine. The understudies have to learn all the lines. They have to know them just as good as the main part because you never know when catastrophe is going to happen. And a Showbiz 411, I swear when I read the article, they said that they were going to have they were having Julie replace Beanie. I can't imagine they would make such a quick decision. But when I went back and read it, it wasn't really clear. But let me tell you something, okay? How things come full circle, Shirley MacLaine was the understudy in the Pajama Game 100 years ago. Shirley MacLaine was the understudy in the Pajama Game. And when the lead lost the job or left, and I forget who the lead was playing the Pajama Game, Shirley MacLaine showed up, got the role, and it made her a giant star. Okay, so Julie Benko, maybe you're on your way up. Who knows? Have you seen The Gap lately, everybody? I bought a bunch of stuff from The Gap, loving it. Linen shirt. Buying them in a size medium, by the way. But I got an email from The Gap, Yeezy and Gap, Kanye's brand, Yeezy. They have a collab. I was very triggered by it. I shouldn't be triggered by it because I love fashion. I love high fashion. I love avant-garde stuff. if I wasn't a mother and I didn't have my precious dolls, I would be wearing feathers every day. Like I love the expression of clothes, and I love when artists make great clothes and do collabs with mainstream brands. So I love the idea. But you know how Kim Kardashian's been running around in these full body suits with the gloves and the boots, the whole thing's attached, and the mask? This is what Yeezy Gap is. Go look at it for yourself. And the prices, I mean, I get it. Again, it's the collab price. A denim jacket for Yeezy Gap is $440. You could keep that shit. Okay, how about that? Also, in light of those, I can't even talk about it, the kids shooting. In light of these things going on in the world, not that they've in recent years, they've been going on. But in light of all this stuff, do you think that we should be giving people clothing to walk around to look like killers? I'm not making a joke. I can barely even sleep at night over the whole thing. But one of the pieces of the collection, Yeezy Gap, is that full body suit. It looks like a scuba suit with gloves attached. And then to make it all complete the look, chef's kiss, they have a mask, a full face mask that you could wear with little eye holes, and the mouth is covered, and we're not talking COVID mask. We're talking a killer mask. Okay. We don't need people running around. We don't need people going into the Gap and buying an outfit that looks like a freaking serial killer is going to wear it, or Kim Kardashian at the Met Gala on the steps. Because you know what? We're not Kim Kardashian. We don't need to walk around with our face covered. I mean, and what good are these clothes? Are these clothes serving? I mean, what? Because you just want to have a piece of Kanye? You want to have it? Now he's single. You can go get yourself a piece. But it's like, come on. I can't even believe that I'm even saying this, because again, like I said, I love fashion and I'm not usually triggered by it, but I am. If you want to see the collection, you could go to yeezygap.com, YEEZY gap.com, and you could see it for yourself. Everything's black and gray, and I like all that color. I like that, I'm New Yorker, I like the vibe. I like all the dark colors, but the sweatshirts are cool. The denim jacket is cool. Prices, not cool. Some of the looks, though, I don't know. Monkeypox. Should we talk about monkeypox? I don't want to talk about monkeypox. But what the hell is going on? Monkeypox. Can we get a break, anybody? I just, on my phone, I just saw a couple new cases popped up in New York. It's like, don't go near anybody, I guess, that has skin lesions or bodily fluids, or I don't know, like share somebody's clothes and they could have a cut, because you never know if they got monkeypox. It's like, tired. I do have great news, though. Did I tell you about Vic DiBenedetto? I'm featuring for him, which means I do 20 minutes. Opening, usually you do like 10, but featuring from him is a step up in the world. Let me tell you something, a big step up. I'm featuring for him June 10th and 11th at the Stress Factory in New Brunswick. I hope that he loves me when he meets me and he wants to take me around, because it would be great to do Chicago and LA with him. It would be great to do Long Island and more areas in Jersey. It would be great to do Atlantic City, but you never know. I'm so grateful for Vic for this opportunity. It is going to be 4 shows, the 7 p.m. show and the 9 p.m. show, both on Friday and Saturday night at the Stress Factory, June 10th and 11th. Come out. I would love for you to see. If you do come, oh my God, cheer for me so I know you're in the audience when I come on. My mother's going to be there. Oh my God. She's like, I got a ticket for your show. This is literally like one of the first times my mother will have ever seen me on stage in 6 years. Can you imagine? She's come a couple other times, but like, I think through real gritted teeth, and somebody else forced her. She's coming with my Aunt Camille, who's my mother's best friend, whose daughter's getting married. And it makes me feel bad that I can't go to the wedding, and she's coming to my thing. I mean, I should I can't. I have to work. But anyway, yes, come out at the Stress Factory. I know it's far, though. I do know it's far if you're not in the New Jersey area, but you could plan a girls' night. Saying, you could tell your friends. I need to get those goddamn social media numbers up. That's the thing. I talk about that from time to time, and I hate talking about it. One, because it's so pathetic talking about this all the time, or some of the time. I'm just obviously just saying crazy stuff. But it's like If I had 1 million followers, I could go on the road tomorrow. I could. 'Cause that's what the bookers want. They want you to have a big following. That's what all the big agents want. They want you to have a big, huge following. They don't care if you never touched a microphone in your life. But some poor schlub like me, I'm touching that microphone 6 years now, almost every single day, every other day, whatever. I'm on stage. I'm grinding it out. I'm begging for the opportunities, and I can't get a tour date. I think I might pull an Eric D'Alessandro, my paisan from Staten Island, and just do it myself. Let me tell you something about Eric. He was not getting any. He was not being seen in the clubs. Like if you go to the clubs in New York, you go to their website, you're not going to see his name. You're just not. For whatever reason, they weren't putting him up. Maybe because they thought he was more of a social media personality, because that is where he started. Whereas I obviously started on the stage, but maybe because the clubs, they saw him more as a social media personality. Maybe they thought that he doesn't have the stand-up chops, whatever, but he did start grinding it out and stand up. He really did. And you know what? He decided, fuck all that shit. Fuck that kind of rigid, architecture. I'm gonna just go book tours on my own. And he did. And he started selling tickets and da da da. So so good for Eric, and I'm about to do the same thing one of these days because I'm just exhausted. Okay, product of the week is such a great find for me personally, and to share with you. La Roche-Posay, they make an amazing SPF. It's called like Anthillos. I think that's how you say it, Anthillos. It's a little thin rectangle bottle, very thin, very petite. You can find it on Amazon, La Roche-Posay. They make a tinted SPF. And I was hesitant to buy it. It's a cult product. Everybody loves it. Everybody I know, when I say everybody, I mean, when I worked in publishing, and if I ever was around the beauty editors and blah, everybody, La Roche-Posay, everybody loved the tinted moisturizer. People go crazy for the tinted SPF. People go crazy for. I don't wear any, I try not to wear heavy makeup in the summer. I just my bare minerals on the face, very light. I was like, I probably shouldn't even do that. Let me try the tinted SPF. I tried it. It's amazing. It goes on smooth. I have it on now if you're watching on video, but you can't really, the camera this is a homemade operation here, And the camera makes me a little shiny, but it goes on smooth. It really does cover. Sometimes I feel like I have a little like rosacea on my cheeks that will be covered with foundation, bare minerals, whatever. But this covers it. And it's a 50 SPF. It's $35 on Amazon. I got it. I'm addicted. It's not greasy. Like I said, it's not greasy. It's smooth. It really covers. It works in terms of not getting sunburn. I was out in the sun in Central Park the other day with the kids. We were there for a few hours. Not a speck of burn on my face. I might even wear it into the fall and the winter because why the hell not? It works like a light foundation, but it really is a strong SPF. La Roche-Posay, I totally recommend. Quote of the day. I don't know who said this quote. I found it online and I don't know who said it, but I love it. And it says, give out what you want the most to come back. How about that? That's what we're doing here. That's what we do here every week on the Elyse DeLucci Show. By the way, I might add another name to the Elyse DeLucci Show. I might add a little extra name like, your Italian mom, the Elyse DeLucci Show, something like that, something else to help some of the algos in the on the World Wide Web. You know what I'm saying? So because maybe if I have the Italian mom, Italian, something like that. I don't know. We'll see. I'm toying around with it. I'll keep you posted. Anyway, I missed you. I'm so happy we got to talk. I can't wait to talk again next week. I'm Elyse DeLucci. Thank you for listening. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and all the other garbage that's out there. Talk to you soon, baby.